And this morning we're going to talk about managing several niches. My name is Lowell Ann, and in my coaching and consulting work, I help solopreneurs stay focused and motivated as we take their business to the next level. We use some pretty simple structures and some easy technology. We'll be right back after this. Greetings wherever you are, and welcome to the Being Your Own CEO. This is a weekly success circle intended as a support to solopreneurs. We get together because we enjoy each other's company, but we also like exchanging ideas and information, and we do lots of experimenting. We will give and receive support as well. You can discover what we stand for by looking at our operating principles right on the video page on my website. I want to welcome our viewers and invite them to check in by telling us what you do in the comments section on that page. And now it is time for our panelists to introduce themselves. So let's see. Nancy, how would you like to introduce yourself? You're in my film strip on the far right.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks, Dolan, for hosting, and nice to see you've got people on the panel this morning. I'm Nancy Kreitz, certified holistic nutritionist and supplement specialist, and I help people eliminate their chronic pain naturally, so that they can live a life that they love, full of optimal health, wellness, and all those other good things. Thank you.
Right. Well, welcome here. I'm happy you joined us. Yeah. And Fred, who's now in Oak Bay. And we forgot to say, Nancy, you're in Victoria as well. So there's three of us here who are from Victoria.
Yes, I'm Fred Jones. As Lowell Ann said, I'm located in Oak Bay, part of Victoria. And I'm the creator of Our Future Leaders, which is a cutting-edge group coaching program for young people, helps them expand their communication and leadership skills, helps boost their self-confidence, assist them, when they enter adulthood and to become the leaders that our world needs. So I had a lot of fun last week at one of the local libraries again. I had a group of young people who just, once again, as always, blew me out of the water. We started on Monday, and some of them had never given a speech before. We had a few of them had, by the end of Friday, given 3 speeches in those 5 days. And some of the speeches were just wonderful.
Cool.
Just how fast they learn is just amazing. I mean, it's a wonderful experience. So that was the highlight of my week last week.
Oh, right on. So I might tell you, I was telling my walking partner about what you're doing for homeschoolers, and she has a granddaughter who is, I think, maybe just turned 11, and she said that in the school that she attends, that all of the kids are totally comfortable standing up on the stage and running the assembly using a microphone.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's unusual, but wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That next generation is learning a lot of good stuff. For sure. But your homeschoolers wouldn't have that opportunity, so you're really providing something valuable.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So welcome here, and I know that you're house sitting a dog, so we hope that the courier doesn't arrive and the dog doesn't bark.
I'll try and keep myself muted in those cases.
Okay, right on. I'm glad you made it here, Fred. So, Vivek, how would you like to introduce yourself this morning?
Namaste. My name is Vivek. WakeTechnology.com is my brand, and WakeTechnology.com is also my website. So I try to keep it simple, aim is to keep it as simple as possible. It's like a car. You have a car, you drive the car and it's so easy. But when the engine breaks down, you know how sophisticated the engine is. So don't let the simplicity of the car fool you into thinking it's all easy and simple. No. Having gone through the sophistication, you get the simplicity. So that's the aim. Go through the sophistication and make it simple for everyone. So unify, simplify, amplify life is my tagline. And yeah, I am in England, United Kingdom. It has been quite warm these days. So it's a warm day here.
Well, as usual, I'm so happy that you joined us, Vivek, and certainly I enjoy the fruits of your labors that has made my life much simpler. So maybe another day we will talk about chipmunk once again.
Thank you.
So welcome here. And I see Alana. What's for dinner?
That's why I'm late. I'm running up and down the stairs. I'm trying to do too many things today. I'm making a stir-fried chicken dish tonight, and I thought I'd have it all prepped and ready to go, but I didn't, and the day just got away from me today. So, Alana here, coming to you from Ireland, where it's about 5:08 in the afternoon, dinner time in my part of the world. My website is emptynesterblog.com, and I help people make money online, and specifically empty nesters who have extra time on their hands. And I am one, so that's how I got started with this. My business also is ALB Digital Marketing Services, and I have a few clients here and in the States where I do social media for and help them with their websites and basically just outreach for them. So yeah, it's been a hairy day today.
It is.
Even my although I must say my list is keeping me organized, so at least I can take a breath.
That's
the
good.
only thing saving me today is my husband's not coming home until later, so
Right.
I got a break today.
Yeah, okay. I see somebody else joined us. Who was it? Oh, it's Jay. Boy, you popped in there just at the right time. How would you like to introduce yourself?
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. What is that in the background?
Well, that's Star Wars, and that's Veuve Clicquot, and that's a cupcake.
Now that's an odd combination if I ever saw one.
I actually took that picture many moons ago. But at any rate, hi, my name is Jay. My company is Magi Studios. And we help people get started in the world of coach consulting and training with internet marketing. Happy to be here.
Right
on. Little hazy today. Did you guys see the moon last night?
Oh, well, you should have seen the sunrise this morning. Holy smokes! Yeah, it's
unfortunately I'm limited as to the time I'm allowed outside. So just with my compromised respiratory system. So.
Oh, right on. Wow. That's my next door neighbor is having the same problem. She is right now unable to sleep lying down.
Oh, wow.
For those of you who are not here in Victoria, it's because we have, I think the last count was 600 forest fires in British Columbia. And it's the last week, and actually yesterday and today have been extremely smoky. Very hard on the eyes, and for anybody who has breathing issues. So now, before we get to our topic this morning, I'm sorry, but you are going to hear some sounds coming in. I have not muted because I'm staying on top of some text messaging. Our friend Roland Takahoko has had another stroke. We know that he's in intensive care, and Lynn Sanders, a very good friend of Roland's, is attempting to organize a get well video for those of us that know Roland online, and that's going to be tomorrow at noon Central Time. We so there are messages rolling in. I was trying to think of who do I know in our online community that would want to know. And actually, I just sent a message to Andrew Hatchett, and there's just another message that just came in from Michael Daniels, and I kind of knew that if I let Andrew know, that likely Michael would also find out about it. So I purposely not muted the text messaging because I need to stay on top of that. Lynn has asked myself and Aaron and her to host this video for tomorrow. So we're trying to organize that. So if any of you feel as though you would like to participate, please let me know, and so that I can make sure that I send you the link. So I can do that. The other thing that I want to, and it's just popped up, I don't know what this is about, but possibly Vivek, you will know something about this. This says www.tomsguide.com popped up on my screen this morning. It says terrible bug hits Google.
I don't know really.
So I went, oh dear. So that may just be fake news for all we know. So
yeah, possibly.
Anyway, I just wanted to mention that it's something that just popped up on my screen about 10 minutes ago.
Well, Tom's Guide actually is a real website because I've been on that site.
Have you?
Yeah, it is a reputed website to do with the hardware and computer systems and quite a lot of things. But
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess we can look into that later on. No time to do that right now, but anyway, I thought that was interesting. So this morning, I wanted to introduce our topic, and this came up. I think, Nancy, you were the one that recommended this a few weeks ago. Managing several niches. So how do we? What do we need to know? I mean, if we have several niches, we have to think about what we're doing in our blog posts and our email marketing, and our social media. And so it occurred to me that it is a good idea for us to think about what are the considerations that we need when we have several niches. And I'm pretty sure that I know that Jay has several. Alana, I know you have more than one. I have more than one. Nancy, I know you're pondering all of that.
That's why I was hesitant this morning when it was like introducing myself. I was like, gee, I've been working on this nutrition niche for the last 24 hours. Is that what I do?
Right.
Nutrition for all ages and stages. There we go.
Right. So, Fred, I don't know whether I know you have I know you have one niche. I don't know whether you have more than one niche. So. What some of the things that have arisen in my mind about managing more than one niche has to do with whether it's kosher, I guess, to link back and forth between one niche to another. And I should think that in a kind of a way that applies to what Nancy is trying to do as well. If you have a couple of niches that are not related in any way, then I guess that wouldn't be an issue. But for me, I have loweland.com, which I'm now focusing on coaching and consulting services for solopreneurs, and beingyourownCEO.com being where I'm hosting these sessions and connecting with people who want to start an online business. So there are some issues. I mean, I have found myself linking back and forth and wondering whether this was a good thing to do or not. Somebody say something? No. So I'm very conscious that it's not a good thing to post the same thing in two different places. That's a no-no. But I've kind of wondered whether it's also a no-no to link back and forth, especially when the two websites are owned by the same person. Anybody, Jay? Do you have any opinion about that?
Oh yes. So just to concur what you said in terms of two exact pieces of content on two separate websites.
Mm-hmm.
So the way it works is first to rank, right? So whatever piece of content gets indexed in the search engines will be the first to show up. And then if you have the exact same piece of content on a completely different website, whether it's your website or not, that won't do anything, right? Now, if you continue to do that on website B, that could result in what's called a penalty, right? Where Google says, or search engines say, you know what, you're doing you're basically plagiarizing site A, so we see no value in ranking you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to linking from site A to site B, if you own it, absolutely, there's no problem with that whatsoever. As long as site A and site B each have their own unique pieces of content on their own unique domains, right? There's absolutely no problem with that, right? You can link back and forth to each other. Now, what's the benefit of that? Well, there's going to be two benefits, or at least you want to be doing it for two benefits. Benefit A is for the user, for the reader, so as a reference point. And for B, obviously, links do help rankings, okay, when it comes to ranking inside search. So those are the two benefits of doing that, right? So you want to be strategic about that in terms of ranking. So don't just rank for the sake of, don't link just for the sake of rank, right? You want to actually have some reason beyond that, you know, to link from site A to site B. So, you know, I also think that if I can do a quick screen share here, just to kind of solidify my point in terms of running more than one niche website, and as to when you should do that. You know, when's the good time to run more than one website? And I think there's no problem doing that. It's all about the time. You know, the timing as to when that would be a good idea to do that. So let me share my screen here if I can. Okay.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
Can everyone see that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So the following is, in essence, a mind map of what a single page or post, the effort that goes into ranking a post or a page, okay? So there's two elements. There's on-page SEO and off-page SEO, right? So on-page is the things that you do on the blog post or on the page. Off-page SEO is the things that you do that are not on the page, okay? So on-page SEO, so you have, you know, obviously you got to write your content. So content typically is 1,000 words, give or take. Now you can write 500 words or whatever, you know, in my experience, and it seems that 1,000 words or beyond tend to rank more effectively than a post with 500 words. So once that article is written, you've got your meta title right here. So here, you know, I can zoom in on this part here. So you have your meta title, right? And the meta title is what shows up in the search engine. So it can be different from your post title. Okay, so you know, so let's say my post title is USANA vitamins, are they any good? That's my post title. My meta title can be USANA vitamins review. Are they any good? So it can be different. So the meta title is what shows up, or you know, hopefully shows up in the search engine results. Same thing with the meta description. So the meta description is in essence an abstract of what the article is going to be about. Okay, so, and it could be up to 160 characters. Oh, and meta title can be 60 characters. Meta description can be up to 160 characters. So sticking with our USANA vitamins review, so I would do something like USANA vitamins review dash, are the USANA vitamins any good? Do they help with their promise of, you know, enriched iron and this and that, you know, read the full review here. So one strategy that I do is I try to get the targeted keyword as close to the start as possible. Okay. So once that's done, you want to focus on trying to find an internal link with anchor text. So what that means is you want to be linking from article A to article B on website A. So it's an internal link, meaning you're linking from two separate articles within one website. And then you're going to want to have images, and you want to have an alt tag with your image. You want to have the alt tag as a descriptive element of the image. So the intent of an alt image is to help anyone who may be visually impaired to hear what the image is about. Now, if you can describe the image and also have some sort of related keyword or targeted keyword within that description, that would be awesome. If you can't wiggle its way in, don't worry about it.
Could I stop you there for a comment or a question, please?
Yes.
Don't disable the screen share.
Okay.
I find that there are times when I want to use an image more than once.
Mm-hmm.
And by using, the targeted keyword within that alt text behind the image, it's fine the first time. Well, then the next time when I want to use it for a different purpose, a similar purpose, but a different purpose with a different keyword, then I find myself going in and changing the alt text again. So
Yes.
I guess the lesson there is don't use the same image twice, but
Right. So specifically in WordPress. So what Lan is talking about is within WordPress, when you upload an image, you have the opportunity to kind of pre-fill that alt tag, and that gets stuck to that image. So that when you uploaded that same, if you use that same image in a different post, that alt tag is kind of already stuck to that image, so it puts it in. So you have to change the alt tag. Now, I'm actually not sure.
Actually, there's a simple way of fixing that.
God.
Nathan, where did you come from?
I've been lurking for a while, and none of you have noticed me. The simple way to change that is to just upload a different name for the image. So in other words, change the name, upload it again. It will be a different name. Then you can change the alt text, and that's the end of that problem.
Second time. That occurred to me just as I was saying that. Oh,
well,
I could have uploaded again and put a different tag on it. Yes, of course.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is you upload it again, but with a different name. Like
yes.
It was like Lowland X. Lowland 2, Lowland 3.
Yeah.
Just different versions, and then you can change the alt tags without it interfering with the previous image.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, you can upload the exact same image with the exact same name, and WordPress automatically changes the name as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That too.
But that's a very good point, Nathan. It's a very good point. May I continue?
Oh yes, please. This I'm sure everybody's finding this very helpful.
Alt tags. Okay, moving on. Embedded video. So take a YouTube video. It doesn't need to be your own video. It could be anyone's video as long as it's relevant to the topic. And embed it somewhere strategically within the post. The reason why you want to do that is because it would assist in having the reader stay on your page longer. Time on page is a ranking metric. So meaning the average amount of time that people are on a page. So if your article is 1,000 words, which is about a 6-minute read, and then you put in another 5-minute video, which then increases the read time to say 10, 11, 12 minutes, then people say like, oh, okay, people or Google says, oh, people seem to be enjoying this content because they're on it longer.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for the embedded video. And then ask for comments, ask for engagement. Even if your call to action is like, buy this, right? Also within there, strategically ask for comments within that article, okay? Have you so sticking with our USANA vitamins example, have you tried USANA vitamins? What vitamin are you, or what type of vitamin are you looking for? Leave your comments below. Would love to hear it below.
Mm-hmm.
So then we zip off over to the off-page SEO. Oh, and also as comments come in, try to engage with your audience, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we zip off over to off-page SEO. So from there, we're going to go into something called Google Webmaster Tools. This is a tool to help you get indexed in Google. And you're going to do something called Fetch as Google. And what it does, it essentially takes a virtual bullhorn and it says, hey, Google, please go and look at my latest article. Have a look. Please spider it immediately. Spidering it is the geek word for Google, come look at my stuff, my post. Okay. From there, you're going to go in. You're going to stay inside Webmaster Tools. It's also known as Search Console, and you're going to go resubmit the sitemap. So you have a sitemap inside using Search Console.
So Jay, how often should you resubmit your sitemap? I mean, if you do a Fetch as Google for every blog post, is it necessary to also do a resubmit sitemap? And if so, if so or if not, how often does it make sense to resubmit the sitemap?
Yeah. Great question. So it's not absolutely necessary to Fetch as Google, and it is not absolutely necessary to resubmit sitemap. But sometimes it's good to kind of give them just a little nudge. And that's essentially what those two things are doing, right? It doesn't hurt you doing it. So how often do I do it? I do it every post.
Both things?
Yep, I do it every post.
Oh, you do?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Fetch as Google, you're allowed to do that 300 times in a month.
Yeah.
Per domain. So I think Google wants you to do that if they're giving you that much.
Right.
Right.
Well, I certainly do it for every post, the Fetch as Google, but I have not also resubmitted the sitemap.
Well, if you think about
each time.
What resubmit sitemap does, so your sitemap automatically updates every time you hit the publish button. Okay, so there's a great convenience there. But that doesn't mean that the moment you update that sitemap, it's not going to have Google come and read that sitemap right away. So that's why I suggest resubmitting the sitemap. It's not going to harm. You're not going to get flagged for spam or anything like that, right?
Right. So I think Yoast, all-in-one Yoast sort of does that automatically, doesn't it?
It pings Google.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, whatever sitemap program you're using, you know, whether you're using the extension in All-in-One SEO or if you're using the Yoast plugin, you know, it does automatically does that. And inherently, WordPress actually pings every time you hit publish. So
okay.
So ping is just like just a ping to its feed, pingdom or whatever it's called. So which is set in your settings. So that being said, so after I resubmit the sitemap, I go to Google Plus, and I post. I share the post on Google Plus, and within that Google Plus post, here is how I format the post. So this big box right here. So it goes meta title, hard stop, meta description. So I literally copy that verbatim from what I wrote in over here. Okay. Then I post the URL, the actual URL of the post, and then I go, hi folks, and then I write a short little abstract about the post, and then I ask for comment for sharing, and then I post the URL again at the bottom.
Okay, another question. When you're doing a Google Plus post, there's a button that opens up a special that allows you to put a link in. Do you put it there or just twice within the post itself?
So why don't I show you?
And by the way, Jay, I took a picture of the screen.
That's okay. I can actually share a JPEG of it. So
That would be just great, because I'm sure others will want to refer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do is pay for shipping and handling.
Right. Where are you? You've gone to Google Plus. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the place where you post. So I know you can hit this add link.
Yeah,
But all I do, I actually don't even go there, because the great thing about Google Plus is it's smart enough to know that you're posting a link. So I post a link, I wait a few seconds,
and then it pops up.
Yeah.
And what pops up is the picture that you have associated with your blog post.
Correct. Yeah. Now I could change that if I want, but I on purpose upload a separate image for social sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, so as per here, so my meta title, my meta description, so I'd have to go into the view page source, and I would copy the meta title and the meta description up here.
Yep.
Right. And then there's the URL, and then I go, hi folks.
Yeah.
Have you heard, blah, blah, blah. And then I post it. And then I add the URL one more time at the bottom, and then I post it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. Now the reason why the reason why I do the meta title, meta description is because if you have a Google Plus following and they Google the keyword that you're trying to rank for, your Google Plus post can show up within the search results, within your circle of friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not only that, is it makes the keyword that they use to search will be bolded within the search results. So, yeah. So
I have another question.
Okay.
I notice on the internal that you said you did say you have an internal link there.
Yeah.
But you don't have an external link. I was wondering, and this external link kind of relates to our topic today, in that if we have more than one blog posting or whatever, sometimes we can link back and forth between the two. So I was wondering if you left the external link out purposely there, or no, you're putting it in. No. Now, I think we also need to sort of talk about external links, because some people get really nervous about that. Oh, I don't want them to leave my site.
Right. So an external link is literally just a citation or a source. And like what I do is, so in most cases, so to give you an example, so here is a case study example right here. Okay. So here is my external link. So if I click it, it takes me to domain name, right? And the word that I use to link externally is the word domain name. So there's relevancy there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my internal link will be somewhere. There's one. So this internal link is a review on a thing called Warrior Forum. So it's called Warrior Forum, the War Room Review. So relevancy, right? So make sure that all of your links. So these are called anchor text.
Yep.
Anchor text is the words that you're using to link. Okay, so that you want relevancy there. So there's no harm in, if someone clicks on that, okay, and they see this, they're gonna, if they want to read it and so on and so forth, that's fine. people are now intelligent enough.
It's useful. I mean, what you're doing is providing more information so that people can make better decisions.
Correct. Yeah. So people are now tech savvy enough that they know how to hit the back button if they want to finish reading what they originally landed on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and that's not a problem at all.
Rather than you hope they'll go back rather than going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if they do, so be it, right? To me, it's not that a big deal, right?
Mm.
So external links, totally fine. So there's, you know, and I usually do it to an authority source. In most cases, it ends up being to Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's my dictionary, or it's my thesaurus, or my, you know.
So yesterday, I did something similar, or to what you're showing there on the left-hand side. What I chose to do was take one of my old videos way back when, and by the way, Nancy, you're in it. That's the one that you and I and Sue did about finances in the third age. So I wrote a post. I created a blog post. I wrote a post. I used a different title for the blog post, which I had done a bit of a keyword search on. So I wrote the post. I had also gone over to YouTube and did the text version of the video, so that I got the timestamps. I created a list of timestamps, maybe 8 or 10, that were relevant to the blog post, and I embedded the video into the blog post, as well as the list of timestamps below. So that was my external link in that particular blog post. So that's the first time I combined those things into one blog post. So we'll see what the result is.
Okay, so I just wanted to solidify what I was showing you here. Okay.
So you're in Google Search Console. Yeah.
Let me just quickly go to
what
I was doing. Okay, so I'm looking at. So this is another post I did. It's called HempWorks MLM Review. Mm-hmm. So what I've just done here in this particular setting is I've said to Google Search Console, please show me all keywords that I'm ranking for that particular article. So I did this page right here. And then you go back to queries, and this says to Google, show me all things that you are ranking for. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if I were to Google how to make money selling CBD oil. So there I am, number one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, the irony of this is I wasn't trying to rank for this keyword. And as a result of this, I've learned that there's a lot of people wanting to learn how to make money selling CBD oil.
So what's CBD? First of all, what's CBD?
It's an oil extract from cannabis.
Oh, okay.
From pot, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any THC or psychoactive substances, so you could take it and it won't get you high.
Wow, really interesting.
It'll knock you over. That's all.
Pardon me?
It will knock you over, though.
Knock you over?
Well, I've had some. This is a separate conversation, but I have some medical marijuana with 0 CBD. Your body becomes like, you feel way better the next day.
Yeah, this is the opposite though, Nancy. This has no THC. CBD.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. You said the other way around. You said you have something with THC and no CBD.
See, this
Yeah,
is
that
what
one knocked you
happens
out.
when you work with different niches. You don't know what you're
Yes.
saying anymore or to who.
Correct.
Hmm.
You know what? October 17th, we can have a great conversation on that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So this is showing me. So as a result of that article, I am ranking for 251 separate keywords. Okay. Ranging from the actual keyword I try to rank for, HempWorks MLM review,
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, kind of other results, right? So
Wow.
I just quickly show you HempWorks MLM review. So here, I'm third place,
Mm-hmm.
right here. But if you look at here in the title tag, it says, "Can you make money selling CBD oil?"
Ah, that's why you've got, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it also makes mention of that in the article.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now that you've seen firsthand, all that effort does pay off. Okay.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay. So everything that you see here is for one post.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the time that's involved to create this one post would be the time involved to coming up with the idea, the keyword research, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
the article research, writing the article, finding images related to the article, editing the article, uploading the article, or you know, writing it inside WordPress,
Mm-hmm.
and then starting to do all of this stuff. Okay, so you know, you could easily say that there's a couple hours of work there. Okay, at least.
It takes
So
me roughly
that's
half a
one
day.
post. Yeah, that's just for one post.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to write a post a day, or let's say 3 posts a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the time invested in doing that. Okay, so let's say you want to have more than one niche, so you need to replicate this not only for a different site but several times.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, if you can see, my point here is that, you know, with the effort that you have to do to create one niche website that's going to rank effectively, you can either like do this like a machine, like a factory, which would probably sacrifice the quality of the content. You could not do all of this stuff, which would again potentially sacrifice the ranking quality of the article, or you're just not human.
Or can I just throw a suggestion out, which is maybe where you're going, Jay?
Yeah.
What if it's like, because I am, you know, as you know, I'm always like, blah, blah, blah. I spent hours and hours. I had to move from my dining room table just now because I've sat there way too many hours this week writing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would be more effective to have one umbrella website, and within that, you know, your little chunks in there, I can't even think of the word anymore, in your menu, have your niches within that space so that you could categorize your blog posts so they show up in different, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that one website just kind of skyrockets to the moon, ideally, rather than about 4 that are kind of limping along. What are your thoughts on that?
So yeah, in your case, I would use nancykreitz.com and create categories and go from there.
Okay.
One site to rule them all.
Okay. And then you could just use Flopsy to, you know, you could just Google, you know, look at SEO titles for those in the menu, for the title, for the sections, right?
Well, yeah, you focus on the posts more for SEO
Yeah,
than
the
menus
posts,
and stuff
okay.
like that. Yeah, but you can categorize different things. You know, like to give you an example, like this affiliate resources website, it's about affiliate marketing, right? It's not about CBD oil. It's not about HempWorks, or it's not about selling dope, you know. So, but this particular product is related to making money online. It's an MLM product. So I did a review. As a result of that, I'm ranking and I'm getting lots of traffic for this particular post. Another one is, excuse me, Monat MLM. So Monat is a makeup company. So and it is an MLM product. So I'm reviewing the opportunity, the making money online part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So none of these really have to do anything with affiliate marketing, but they do have to do with, internet marketing. So they're not affiliate marketing related posts, but they're different, right? So these are actually just reviews of different products. So this one site, now I could easily do a separate site called, Jay'sMLMreviews.com and go ahead and do that. But I'm using the ranking power of one domain to get things ranking quickly. So, and I feel good about, sorry?
No, go ahead.
And I feel good about reviewing these products. Like this particular product, several people have complained about burning skin upon using the product, right?
Wow.
So in essence, I'm helping people stay away from not only the opportunity, which, the FDA is looking at, or sorry, the another company is looking at it, for scams, but they're blatantly lying, right? They're saying FDA, it's FDA approved, which is not. So, I'm helping people realize that, you got to be careful with what you're doing. Right?
It's really important when you're reviewing products to give people the full story, because if you don't, it can tarnish your reputation. And one of the major problems with a lot of reviews online, I'm sure you know this inside out, Jay, is that a lot of them are fake, or they're affiliate reviews that are slanted in view of the product, in favor of the product, even if the product is crap. I've seen so much of it as a reviewer. I mean, I've been doing reviews for 20 years. I'm one of the people that you can trust in terms of reviews, because I'll give you the straight goods and I'll tell you what's good, what's bad, that. But so many of these reviews are absolute garbage, and to find out what's real and what is not is very difficult in this day and age.
Yeah. So, I back up these claims with links to the actual news sources, right? Like this, hair loss, burning, itching, scalp, severe allergic reactions, and that links to a consumer report from ABC Action News. 552 complaints at the Better Business Bureau, that actually links to the BBB. So which cites the source. So at any rate, so my point is that, a lot of work has to go into creating one effective, good post. And it's way better to have one, as you call it, umbrella site, and then focus on that, and build your empire from there. So now let me just want to say one more thing. Now, when you get to a point where, now as what Lao Lan was saying, yes, I do have several niches, but I also have some automation in place. I have a small team that helps me with this stuff. So as a result of that, I can then effectively work on more than one niche site, right? And I'm proud to say that I'm pretty good at SEO, at least with this stuff. And I think I can rank stuff pretty easily, and as a result of that, it takes me a lot less time, right?
But the reason I decided to do what I did was I felt as though, because I wanted to go into affiliate marketing, and I just didn't feel comfortable with my coaching site doing that. So I divided.
Altogether.
Pardon?
I was saying it's a different business altogether. That's why I don't do Magi Studios, affiliate marketing stuff on magistudios.com.
Right. So I realized that seemed to be where it was going, and so it made sense for me to take that one site and divide it into two, so that they were much more separate. So, but you are right. I mean, the amount of work that it's going to take to, especially the new one. There's a lot happening on that new one, but it's going to take a lot more work. But my thinking was to recycle a lot of the more than 200 postings that are on the lowland.com. So I'm recycling those and updating, which takes a lot less work, so that I can spend a little bit more time creating new things on the new site.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that's. I mean, I think it. I mean, if and certainly both my sites are related in some ways, but they're also kind of different. So I think we have to be careful about putting too many different things onto one site, because then, I mean, I got feedback from people saying that they were confused about, what my site was all about, that it had too many things going. So, yeah. So I would like to recognize somebody who's out in the on the VCP page. David Flannery is out there. I haven't had a chance to see what you have to say there, David, but I do see that you are there, and I welcome you here. And down the road, I hope that you will decide to join the panel discussion here, because I think that we all learn, and it would be nice for the others to get to know you. So, and I also want to say that there's a text message from Heidi. She, I don't know, I don't understand. It's a text message, but it says watching you and Jay. So it came up as a Google text. So I don't know how she's doing that. So, oh, you're showing my site, my my VCP page.
There you go. So I posted a link here on that chat plugin that links to the image, at which point you can then download the image there.
Oh, thank you. That's great. Absolutely. So I've been jumping in with questions, and Jay, thank you so much for doing that, because I mean, you've presented that in such a nice, clear way, and I have learned those processes from you over on WA. But I mean, just knowing exactly what needs to happen for every post in order to enhance your rankings, it's very useful to know. So I thank you very much for doing that.
You're welcome.
So anybody have any further questions? Lana, I mean, I know you've got more than one niche. How do you manage all of this?
Honestly, not very well. If truth be told, I mean, I have another website called Techie Travel Bits that, is kind of a passion of mine, because I love little gadgets and stuff, but I really have not had an opportunity to give it the love it needs. And I think I think trying to manage more than one niche requires an incredible amount of time management skills, because as Jay said, it's not just a matter of writing something. You've got the research behind it, the imaging, then you've got to do the editing, the publishing, and then the backstory stuff with the off-page SEO. So it sounds easy enough to do, but when you have to do it for more than one site, I think it gets very difficult to do. So, and I also had a gluten-free site that I loved as well, and I had a lot of hits on that site. I was up to about 3,000 hits a month on that site, but I wasn't generating any income really per se, so I dumped that site. But I don't know. I think it's very hard to do. I think you really have to, maybe with, like Jay was saying, you get a small team to help you out.
Yeah, and you get better at it, as you
Yes.
go along.
Yeah,
But
you do.
I find one of the reasons why people tend to start new niches is because they think that the original niche is not making them money fast enough. So they think by opening up a second niche, or they suffer burnout, right? They suffer burnout, and that, if you want to, the realistic approach to building a really good website, in my opinion, could take 6 months, right, to really get that traction going. Really need to give it 6 months, and I know that's hard, but it's like any business, starting any new business, you're not going to be right out of the gate, in most cases making money right away. You gotta hustle and do lots of work, right? So, but yeah, time management skills, you got to be pretty good at that, I think. I think also, if you can afford it, get some sort of project management tool like Asana, or integrate some sort of Google Docs or something like that, or Google Calendar as a project management tool. I use Basecamp. I love Basecamp. It's just such a great tool to use. But I use that. I use that for our clients and stuff.
Along that line, I started using a free version of Teamwork, and I find it very helpful to actually track how long something takes to do, because I think a lot of us, including myself, have this idea that something's only going to take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, or something like that. But then if I actually have the time clock ticking away and I see how long it actually takes me to do something, then it helps me manage my time better. So I have found that a really good piece of software to use, and it's free. So I've been using that one.
Well, and then, of course, when we're talking about this time management thing, of course, I mean, when we have a website, more than one website, then you've got all your social media stuff and your email marketing stuff. So there is not just one. It's not just one extra website. It's a whole lot of extra stuff. So the need to, I mean, as Vivek says, we got to simplify. So
or outsource.
Yes.
Which is what Jay's been talking about.
Yes. Simplify or outsource.
There's another thing too that can really make a difference with any of your projects, and that's to develop a joint venture relationships. Another thing which has come up on my radar as of recent is if you're creating content instead of creating a book that has, say, 10 chapters, you take each one of those things and turn it into a short book or volume or something, and you get it out into the marketplace. And so instead of just one opportunity for a book, you now create 10. And they're all short pieces, lower price, but your opportunity to make more sales is tenfold higher. So lots of opportunity there. And I've just been introduced to, I've heard about it for a while, but I wound up meeting somebody a little while ago, and we're test marketing a few things. We'll see where it goes. But the cool point is that every single one of those short items, you can build a thing within some of these programs that will allow you to link to a back end and create many more sales as a result of the back end. So it's really cool. So instead of just one point that links to a back end, you wind up with 10 for the same topic. So lots. The thing that I'm talking about is leverage, and the more leverage you can get in your life for what you're doing, the better. So that's just my take on it.
Absolutely. Yes, leverage for sure. So, any other comments? I see we're 3 minutes past the hour. Any other comments arising? Vivek?
I think from what I have heard today, I think we go after multiple niches because we are trying to figure out where our true passion is.
Could
Um,
be. Could be.
and I mean, when you have the passion to do something, whether or not it brings in money becomes irrelevant. You're doing it because you love doing it. You are passionate about it, and you do it, whether or not it brings money. Whereas this multiple niches, I think, is you do it because you think, okay, I tried this, didn't bring in money or not enough. Let me try this, and so on. It goes on, and you do need to have multiple heads, I suppose.
Well, and of course, all this goes back to the original work that we need to do as we think about why we're doing this and what's the overall niche, and then where's that niche going to go, and mapping that all out to begin with, and then following that map. So,
But when you think of all those niches put together should represent you.
what do you
Should it
mean
not?
by represent?
That's what you would be. I mean, you would be doing all these multiple things, and you would be, to use a much maligned term, a pony with multiple tricks.
Well, but I see now. I might put that in a slightly different way. Some of us really thrive on new ideas and of spontaneity and all kinds of things, and we choose to do a variety of things based on that kind of personality. And then there are others that can just stay focused on one thing and carry on. There's for me, I would find it really boring. I need the variety. So, Nancy.
Yes, speaking of that, I feel like I've wasted about eons this last couple of weeks on websites and you name it, looking up keywords. But as we're speaking, I'm thinking about going back to like Mira's thing, right? And her whole thing on the blogging, sequencing, and your buckets and all of that. So if you have multiple niches within one website, how do you fill those buckets properly? Or is it like A, B, C, D? Like there's this niche, right? Within the one website. And every week something different, or do you do a series? Like that's where I find you go down, or I myself anyway, go down rabbit holes. And it's like, oh, what? Right? Plan all this? No, right? So what are you people's ideas on that, if this is appropriate in terms of planning?
Can I quickly jump? I just wanted to quickly say that Nancy, all the time that you've invested in keyword research and stuff like that, I don't think it's wasted time at all. It's learning. So yeah, it's education. So you're expanding your brain, your mind. So
and the experimentation that she's doing will pay off down the road.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks for that. Yeah. I believe it's true. It's just it's easy to go into overwhelm. Speaking for myself.
Yeah. So with your particular niche, the one umbrella is better health, better well-being, right? So obviously there's a connection with all of those different niches, right? And that's a better self. So that being said, I think doing A, B, C, D, and if you could relate one to the other, because obviously, Qigong, is that what it's called? What you do?
Qigong, so, yeah.
Qigong. So obviously, Usana and Qigong, they don't they're not, they're two
They
different
work-
things. But
Well, the thing that's the same is they both work on the cellular level. So I'm all about cellular health. That's what really
Okay.
transforms people.
perfect, even better. So if you can kind of follow along with so let's say you talk about 7 Qigong moves that help your cellular level health. I know that's probably completely wrong, but well, I digress. So then the next post can be about, how to improve your cellular health with vitamins. And so there's that cellular health relation there on top of the better health, right? So if you can kind of link A, B to some sort of relation, I mean, that's ideal. It doesn't have, you don't have to, but it just makes it easier to internally link.
That makes sense in terms of the buckets. Or,
Yes.
I'm thinking about Mira's thing, right? With
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then mind map the abstract out, like I find
Absolutely.
that using that bubble thing works really well.
Bubble.us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's BUBBL.US.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I can.
it's a nice little thing. Okay, now we're 10 minutes over. So everyone, any final comments before I remind everybody what we have a subject identified for next week, but any final comments?
What about Fred's parting words, like how Jerry Springer does at the end? Has these words of wisdom that we're just always eager to hear.
Any
Kicks off
parting
the
words, Fred?
All right, thanks, Jay. I appreciate it. Well, my takeaway, if I listen as I try to very carefully, is we all like shiny objects, and I think Vivek mentioned we can try different things, and once we try something, but once we get passionate about one thing, we want to do it well, rather than we jump to the next one.
Yes.
Like time management, etc. I'm just thinking of one person comes to mind, Elon Musk. If you think recently, I mean, we all know he's in multiple, from Tesla to space to all sorts of things. But recently, I've just heard something about him that he's getting burnt out, or he's not able to sleep, and he's maybe going off the rails here or there. That's some comments that I've heard. So even a man like that ultimately can be burnt out by having multiple niches, which is what he definitely has. So we got to be careful and maybe take one step at a time, one niche at a time, and say, okay, I've got that one under control. Can I manage the next one appropriately and not overextend ourselves? So, and I think Jay's come up with some good examples of how he's managed it, and he feels he has. But it isn't something that happens quickly. You don't go from 1 month and then next month and next month into each niche. It takes time, and then you manage yourself and your time. So it's been a great learning exercise for me too. I've enjoyed listening because I think I've learned a lot. Thank you.
Really good reminder, Fred. Thank you. Nathan? You're muted.
Yeah, I just realized that it just got pinged by somebody else who wants me to join him in a live stream call, so that should be interesting. Anyway, nice seeing everyone. And
All right.
catch you in the next round.
Right.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, see you later.
So we are, our plan for next week is how to create a great About Me page. That was your suggestion too, Nancy, so.
Oh, great. Well, I'm glad I'm contributing because I want to say thank you so much to all of you for everything that you contribute to this. And really, this has transformed my entire way of looking at my business. Thanks so much.
That's
Really.
right on. That's,
Thank you.
yeah, it's nice. So I need to remind everyone that it's important to do what you love with passion. And that is my closing parting suggestion for people. And so from here, I need to do a couple of things. So